Okay, yo everybody, just doing a quick video of me flying in P3D. It's been requested by a few people I know, so just wanted to do a quick one. Today we're going to be flying the F-22 Raptor from RAF Coningsby in the East Midlands down to London City Airport. It's a quick flight, going to be flying at 10,000 feet, nice and easy, just want to show you guys what's going on. So let's quickly do the pre-flight checks. So APR set to auto, alt flap set to norm, yaw trim and FADEC are centered, daylights are on, lights, set them to position anti-collision, actually just anti-collision. Fuel should be set to tanks all, AAR is closed, AAR lighting is off, left and right generators are off, aux gen is on and guarded, APU is set to arm, hook is up, parking brake is anti-skid, doesn't seem to be able to go fully on, but we can deal with that. Landing lights are off, master is safe, gear is down, battery is off, cabin temperature's all fine, radio volumes, let's just bang them up very quickly, and let's get you as well. Oxygen is set to auto, normal and on. And that is pre-flight checks done, so let's start the engines. Battery is on. APU is on. As you can tell by the hellish noise, left and right generators are on. Set lights to taxi, and let's start the left engine. Just looking at the numbers here on the right panel, I think you can see my mouse. Looking for those to rise up and stabilize. So this is an American aircraft, not extremely successful, was plagued by a lot of failures sadly, but honestly it's one of my favourite planes to fly in a flight sim. I'll explain a couple of reasons why when we're up in the air. Left engine is stabilized, let's start the right engine. Once again, just looking for those numbers to rise up and stabilize. In the meantime, let's pull up ATC. Can tune Coningsby ground on 12210. And let's request taxi for departure south.
Coningsby ground, Air Force 108, ready to taxi south departure. Air Force 108, taxi to and hold short of runway 7. Please taxiway. Contact tower 124.675 when ready. Taxi, hold short runway 7, using taxiway, Air Force 108.
Okay, so let's get moving. This is just some third-party software for RAF Coningsby. RAF base, which is pretty dear to my heart. It's where I grew up and where my dad used to fly from when he was in the RAF, flying navigation in Tornado F3s. So I love this base, it's where I tend to fly from. And a little bit of third-party scenery just makes it all that more realistic. So we're using the flight simulator Prepared, which is by Lockheed Martin, based on the Flight Sim FSX source code. I've got Rex 4, which gives us these beautiful clouds and weather systems. Aside from that, everything is unmodded. Plane comes as default by Iris Simulations. Again, I love this plane. It's great fun to fly. It's very easy to fly. And yeah. Just going to be rolling up here, holding short of runway 7, and we'll await our takeoff clearance. And let's stop here. We'll pause a little bit. There we go.
Tower, Air Force 108, ready at runway 7. south departure. Air Force 108, cleared for takeoff, runway 7. Departure to the south approved. Cleared for takeoff, runway 7.
Okay, that's our
Air Force
takeoff clearance.
108.
Get ourselves lined up. Alright, check everything is set up. Let's get the MMD set up. Get the APU turned off. Thankfully will stop this horrible noise. So you can see on the middle map our course is marked by the white line. That's where we're going to be flying. So we're going to be taking off and turning a hard right turn, I guess. Everything's good and let's go. So rotate and gear up. Pull up into a 10-degree climb.
Air Force 108, you are leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved. Withering, departure, Air Force 108.
And let's start our right turn.
Request flight following.
All the way over, and there we go. Continue our climb.
Withering, departure, Air Force 108. Say again, please. Air Force 108, Withering, departure, squawk 4676.
Let's get that marked in. 4676 and mark, and acknowledge that.
Air Force 108, radar contact 6 miles east of Coningsby 6100, altimeter 2992. Copy, Air Force 108. Air Force 108, contact London Center on 118.475. 118.475, Air Force 108.
Okay, let's bring it steady here. Tune London Centre on 123300. So 123.30 and mark. Oh no, sorry, 118475. Let's just click that, get that done, and contact those guys.
Air Force 108 with you.
So one of the things I really love about this plane is the autopilot. It's got a really fantastic autopilot, super easy to use. So we're just going to lock in our altitude at 10,000.
123.3, Air Force
A number of handoffs here. Let's throttle back a little bit. And let's lock our heading in on the nav, and this should fly us into our flight course. So again, I'm using P3D. It looks beautiful. We're over the East Midlands at the minute, heading south pretty fast. Clouds are from Rex 4, which is a third-party add-on. They again, they just look great. It's a really beautiful game, really beautiful plane. And yeah, again, this is going to be a little quick flight down to London City Airport. If I click this, we can see we're going to be there in about 7.5 minutes. It's only a little one. About 74 nautical miles, sorry. And yeah, full autopilot now, so I get to kick back like a cigarette. Life is good. This is going to be my first video on YouTube. Plan is to do a lot more. I tend to fly with my wingman, Andre, who you will meet in upcoming episodes, but just want to do a quick flight today just to pop my cherry, so to speak. Autopilot doesn't seem to be holding our altitude particularly well. Let's try cycling that, relocking in 10,000, and mark. Even so, we're flying at 11,950, which isn't the end of the world.
London Center, Air Force 108 with you. Air Force 108, London Center, roger, altimeter 2992.
Should be fairly easy flying now down to London. It's a beautiful day. You can choose to fly real time in P3D and with real weather. I'm not, however. I didn't want to fly at night. I thought it would look better for you guys if we did a nice summer early morning flight. Time here in game is 5:56 AM.
Contact light approach on 134.05.
So interesting enough, we're now contacting Whitton Approach. It's down in Cambridgeshire. Interesting fact, it's where I was born. So there we go.
Whiten approach, Air Force 108 with you. Air Force 108, Whiten approach, roger, altimeter 2992.
So because we're flying a VFR flight, which is visual flight rules, we don't have to follow a set plan as such. However, we've got flight following on, which means we're going to be handed off to different airspaces, which is why you're hearing so much ATC. But I think it adds a little bit of realism to the game. You can get an add-on which gives you actual voice ATC, so you have to speak these commands, and some voice-to-text magic does its stuff, and that's a lot of fun. We're going to try and get that up and running fairly soon. But for now, we're just using the built-in.
London Center, Air Force 108 with you. Air Force 108, London Center, roger, altimeter 2992.
So we're about 4.5 minutes out now from London City Airport. We should get a nice fly over London. As we come in closer, we're going to start our descent and head to the east. We'll then loop round and fly in for our landing from the west. Should see the Millennium Dome off the nose. I'm pretty sure it's modelled in this game. That will be certainly one of our good visual points. Flying at about 580 knots. Just about at 10,000 feet now. Looks like autopilot's settling down, and we are on our flight path. So again, I'm in full autopilot now, so I'm just kicking back, smoking a cigarette, and relaxing.
Air Force 108, contact Essex approach on 120.625. 120.625.
Hand off to Essex approach.
Air Force 108. London Center, Air Force 108 with you. Air Force 108, London Center, roger, altimeter 2992.
Seem to be handed off again to...
Air Force 108, contact Essex.
Okay, ATC's being a bit funky here.
120.625 for Air Force 108.
Okay, so tune Essex approach and contact.
Air Force 108 with you, 10,300. Air Force 108, Essex approach, roger, altimeter 2992.
So one of the things I really like about this plane, all of these panels are configurables. You can switch them out if you want to, which is always nice. Just put that one on engine. There's a lot of different configs you can do. Really nice to fly. And yeah, it's just a great little plane. It's a shame it was so short-lived. So we're about 22 nautical miles out. I'm going to start my descent here. I'm going to go for a nice easy descent down to around 2,000 feet. So let's disengage autopilot. And disengage. And we are now flying the plane.
Air Force 108, contact London Center on 118.475.
Head down to slow climb. Pull our throttle back a little bit.
118.475 for Air Force 108.
And we should see London City Airport off our nose pretty soon. What I'm going to do actually is start banking over to the left, and we're going to basically aim for the Thames. Hand off to Heathrow approach.
Air Force 108 with you, 4,900. Air Force 108, Heathrow approach, roger. Altimeter 29902.
Okay, let's level it out here. Just for the sake of being lazy, I am going to stick altitude control on. Lock us in at 2,500. Actually, I'm going to drop that down to 2,000 feet. And lock that in. So the plane system is just going to hold us in at 2,000 feet. Going to fly towards the Thames. As we're approaching the Thames, we're going to bank over to a fairly hard right turn, follow the Thames up to London City Airport for our landing. So one thing I will say about this plane is the autopilot is not particularly precise. It's always good to keep an eye on instruments and just make sure the plane is not going to fly us into the ground. Throttle up a little bit. Let's just see if we can tune into London City. We can. Let's tune into the tower and request a full stop landing.
Tower, Air Force 108 is 10 miles northeast with Quebec to land. Air Force 108 City Tower, entered right base, runway 28, altimeter 29902. Entered right base, runway 28, Air Force 108.
So they're giving us pattern entry instructions. I'm actually not going to follow those. I'm going to come in for a straight landing. They should pick up on that pretty rapidly, so should be fine. We'll see what happens. So you can see the Thames pretty much straight off our nose. Battersea Power Station, that looks like. No, sorry, that's a bridge. My bad. And you can see the Millennium Dome off to our right wing. That's going to be our kind of point of reference as we're coming in for landing until we get visual on the actual airport. So let's start our right turn here. Flying about 400 knots. We're going to want to bring that down to about 140 knots for our landing. Let's start bringing that down now, actually. I'm going to disengage the altitude autopilot because it's taking us a little bit high. Let's just bring the nose down a little bit. And there we go. Millennium Dome, or the O2 Centre, or whatever it is these days, is off our nose. Just bring ourselves down to about 2,000 feet. Zoom in, see if we can spot our landing. Looks like it's dead ahead.
Air Force 108 cleared to land, runway 28.
Okay, that's our clearance to land. Acknowledge that.
Runway 28, Air Force 108.
have a look again, see if we can spot our landing. You see a few of the London landmarks there. We've got BT Tower, the Gherkin, we have a London Eye. Battersea Power Station over on our right there by the looks of it. Okay. Finally I've spotted London City. I only flown into London City once, and that was actually in a Cessna. So this is obviously a very different beast. However, this is a lot more manoeuvrable, so we should be fine to line up for this runway, even though we are very much off course right now. I think it's runway 27. So let's bring around for a hard left turn. Let's get the air brakes on. Gear down. And let's get ourselves lined up. We're a little bit low here. Let's get the nose up a little bit. 140 knots, that's our approach speeds. Down to 120, which will be our landing speeds. Power up a little bit. Nose up a little bit. And power right down. Flare up. And not the softest of landings, but we're down.
Air Force 108, exit runway when able.
Okay, it wasn't the prettiest landing, but we're down and safe. Any landing you walk away from is a good landing. So let's just stop it right here. And take advantage of the automatic shutdown, which is not working. Okay, so let's just do this our own little way. Batteries off. APU off.
Turn next taxiway.
Generators off. Guys going to shutdown, and there we go. So once again, just a quick little flight from Coningsby to London City Airport in the F-22 Raptor. I hope you enjoyed it. Please hit like. It's my first video, so 1 or 2 likes would be appreciated. Thank you very much.